Hello, welcome to Introduction to Casting Bullets with Casey Kiesman. That's me. I'm going to take you through the casting process in these set of videos, and then we're going to take you through the process of preparing your bullets for reloading, and then the actual reloading process itself, and then the outcome, which is range time with the cast reloads. First thing we need to do, there's not a whole lot to casting once you get it down and once you get it set up and get the basic equipment through it. It's not really a mystical or black magic art. It's pretty simple and straightforward. It does take a little bit of patience and a little bit of attention to do. It's anytime you work around 700 degree molten metal, it's kind of a good idea to keep your head where it needs to be. First thing we're going to do is talk about some of the equipment we'll need. First off, you're going to need a mold. This is the box that came in. I use both Lee and Lyman molds, or Lehman molds. This one here is the first one we're going to be using. It's a bullet mold for 124 grain .356 bullet, which is basically a 9mm projectile. Like I said, we're going to be casting these. This is a six cavity mold, which means I can cast 6 bullets to each filling of lead. I like the Lee molds. They're cheaper than the Lymans or the RCBSs or the other ones they have out there. They are good molds. They're made of aluminum. The only problem I have with them is sometimes they heat up too quick, and you have to kind of wait for them to cool off, or it causes some issues with the lead not cooling down. You have to wait a lot longer, but they're good molds. It's a good way to get started into it with the Lee molds. Now I'm also going to be casting some Lyman Devastator hollow points and showing you how to do a hollow point with a cast bullet. There's not a whole lot of information on the interwebs out there about casting with a hollow point, so I wanted to put that in there just for people who wanted some reference. When we've got our bullet molds, we need some sort of melting pot or smelting pot. You can order them online. You can get an electric pot. I'll show you the setup when we get outside. If you don't want to spend the money on a smelting pot, I recommend one because they're really good for temperature control. Just get yourself a cheap camping propane stove, a $10 stainless steel bowl, and I think this is $2.50 a spoon. I prefer a spoon over a ladle. You can get a ladle, but the spoon is a lot easier to do a little bit more precision into pouring the lead into the mold. Then it holds quite a bit. It'll fill up a mold. Lead has a tendency not to stick very well to stainless too if it hardens. So if it gets hardened outside gets too cool outside the pot and melt or hardens on your spoon, you can give it a tap on something and it should break off, or tap it on the edge of the bowl. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go out to the smelting yard, as I call it. It's basically my garage patio, and we're going to go over some safety precautions and get into the casting process.